Welcome back to Let's Play Catechumen. I think you know who we are by this point.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Faithful
Immediately
servant,
afterwards.
blessed are ye. The final hour is now upon this battle. Take Gabriel's sword with you. Use it to give the Lord but another victory in his holy war. For Christ.
For Christ!
For Christ.
For Christ. Now we have the best weapon in the game. This is Gabriel's sword.
Okay, and what is it? Well, I guess we'll find out.
It's, well, yeah, you can just see.
Yeah.
So I think I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted to use it right away, but yeah, you kind of need to use it right away, because we're about to see a new enemy type.
Oh. It's late, okay.
Well, not these. These are just gargoyles. I was sort of like, do I attack them, or... Because sometimes... They only attack you sometimes. Which
They're
is great,
indecisive.
so you're never...
Gargoyles. They're indecisive gargoyles.
This is the fallen angel.
Oh.
And they're tough fuckers.
Well, we are
That's
definitely in
Gabriel's.
Enoch land. There is no doubt of that.
Yeah, so now this is Gabriel's sword, and now we can talk openly about the stuff that was in spoiler tags earlier. So, it's Gabriel's sword, but in the Bible proper, Gabriel only ever appears to tell Mary that she's about to be pregnant with Jesus. Like, it's Michael is the one who's depicted with a sword.
Yeah.
So,
But as I just said, we're definitely in Enoch land right now due to the fact that
guess.
like, it looks like they're going more off Enoch than almost any other book. Because Enoch is the only book. It's apocryphal, so it's not like in the Bible, but it's referenced frequently.
yeah.
Is the only book where
Or ideas from it have
that
pervaded.
there is.
Yeah, sorry.
It's the only game that there is. What the fuck? Is that just a giant?
Oh, this is their workout room.
Okay, yeah, workout room deep underground. This all makes sense.
Yeah.
But-
Well, I mean, I don't know. Did the angels need to work out, or was it the ogres we were fighting? Like the. And now they're just, you know what I don't get? So it's like we supposedly have the staff of Moses, yet there's a bunch of staffs of Moses laying around for ammo. I don't get that. So is it not actually the staff of Moses,
What was the
or is
same
that
as
just the
Solomon's
brand
Temple?
thing? Like, yeah, it's like and Gabriel's sword later on. Like,
They just
so
leave these things lying around.
Like,
Essentially, not really legendary at all. It's just the angels just sort of came
or it's like they didn't want to model like an ammo pickup. They're just like just use the sword model. Anyway, yeah, the fallen angels are pretty tough, but sometimes they're randomly not. Like like every other enemy in this game.
Yeah. Well, like
Anyway.
to get back, getting back to like the biblical context,
Yeah.
because honestly, there's nothing else interesting going on here. Because the thing about Enoch is that like, and I'm gonna go into Enoch is my favorite. I'm an agnostic. I'm gonna say that now so that no one thinks that I'm like raving about this thing. But Enoch is probably the most interesting book of the Bible to give a read to. Like, apocryphal book, that is. I need to stop saying book of the Bible.
Yeah.
Because it's essentially just this series of
Well, I think
raving.
Catholics sort of do include the Apocrypha as, I mean, where they consider it to, I don't know, I mean, they're not fully, but, so, I mean, whatever, just you can just call it Book of the Bible, you don't need to keep qualifying it, like, we know what you're talking about here.
Alright. Well, like, it's essentially, like, everyone at this point knows that John the Divine, the guy who wrote Revelations, was pretty much insane. But Enoch was, for one thing, not written by Enoch, that's generally proven. But also, it just contains the weirdest crap when you look at it. Like, for one thing, when it describes Noah, who is Enoch's grandson, and we all know Noah, it like describes him as having like these shining blue eyes that light up a room, and it means that. And okay, poker. I don't think.
Yeah, that's...
I don't think the ancient
Well,
Romans.
that's the least, that's hardly the most anachronistic thing in this game. From everything. That was a great trick there, suicide enemy on the other side of the door.
Oh well, considering that earlier we had like this the suicide bomber falling down a freaking tube at you.
And now welcome to Doom.
Wait, what just happened?
Yeah, we just took damage, like, remember the start of the first level with the werewolves? That's, yeah, just take damage. Anyway, so... This is, welcome to the Catechumen Magical Mystery Tour. This is like one of the most non-linear. This is probably the most non-linear level in the game, and it's just annoying as fuck. So yeah, we're doing 3 levels together in this one video, 14, 15, and 16, because they kind of flow together, and also because level 14 is randomly ridiculously short. Anyway, you can already tell exactly how I'm gonna die there. Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyway, Enoch, you want to keep talking about Enoch?
I'll just quickly finish up because now things are actually happening. Essentially, Enoch is disregarded for the fact that at the end of it, Enoch becomes an angel, and so therefore men can become angels. It's wonderful because essentially Catholics and Jews don't like that much. I'm not sure what they. But the thing is about it is that it is the only book that ever implies that there is more than one fallen angel. And it is also the book that implies that Gabriel would have a sword due to the fact that in Enoch, Gabriel does actually come down to Earth at one point and destroy an entire civilization of people.
Interesting. That's
yeah. It's a hell of a read.
You might be interested. You might be interested to know that apparently like the new Noah movie by Darren Aronofsky has a lot of Book of Enoch stuff in it. Supposedly.
Really? Okay, well,
yeah.
Maybe I'll actually bother watching that now.
So you might find that interesting. Anyway, this is my least favorite level in the entire game, largely because of this room right here.
Yeah.
Eventually, I just sort of had to decide to stop. Oh, also, this is a new enemy type, or slash boss fight. These are the only time they ever show up. These are the Leviathans, and I hate them because you have to fight them underwater. The worst place to be in Catechumen. I don't really remember what mythology Leviathan is from, but I think Bible. It's from the Bible.
It's actually from the Bible.
It's from the Book of Job.
Yeah, so that's. Well, finally, instead of a minotaur or an ogre or something that never appeared in the Bible once, they actually used a biblical monster.
Yeah. Sort of disappointing, though, like they had to have 2 of them.
Yeah, because I'm fairly sure there's only one, and last I checked it wasn't just a mini sea dragon. I'm fairly sure it was
They were hard as hell to fight. What you're actually seeing is, I think, like, just like my 4th or 5th playthrough of this level that I just didn't record because I wasn't 100% sure what the hell I was doing. So.
Yeah,
because
like it looks, like correct me if I'm wrong here. It looks like this is kind of like the old like, Mega Man White.
Yeah, that just happened.
Okay.
It looks like the whole what? I'm sorry, what were you saying? It looks like the whole what?
The whole Mega Man thing with the like boss rooms at the very end. At the very end, is that kind of what we're doing here? Like you have to.
A little bit. There's an element of that to it. I think we fight the Minotaur one last time, but we might have already. There might just be 3 Minotaur fights.
Alright, well, at least they kind of made up for the fact that they brought in the Minotaur by bringing in, like, an actual biblical monster, finally. Because, like, there are so many. I don't know why it is that they keep on going with, like, Minotaurs and so forth.
And there's no behemoths in this game, so...
Yeah, there's no behemoth, there's no, I've forgotten its name, but there's a lot of it.
That's all I don't know.
Like the Leviathan, the Behemoth, there's other ones, but I can never remember them because they're essentially just not that memorable in some cases. Maybe that's why.
I don't know, because I had to try and remember which door I'd gone through, I think, and then it's like, oh, come on.
Yep.
Because see, there's like a door on each level here, and so you gotta just sort of trial and error, and also you're in the water, which is just suicide in this game, so...
Yeah, as a note, even though this was technically several videos ago, when I brought up the sequel to this this game,
yeah, we just recorded the level 6 commentary.
Yeah, but they did actually fix the water.
Yeah, they fixed the water. Fuck me.
Yeah, they fixed the water, the water physics. Your character now swims like, kind of like he was doing a breaststroke. But it takes him so much.
I was like sprinting to get through the teleporter and then came out the other side at high speed.
The definition of hell is an entire world without railings.
Yes. There is no OSHA in hell. That shit don't look OSHA approved.
Oh, God. But
I made it. Yay, I get health.
good.
And
Not as if
armor,
everything
none of
didn't
which
kill
I
you
need.
instantly.
Too bad I can't armor myself from water. Oh, I remember playing this like, hooray, more fucking doors to pick the wrong one.
Why is that even there?
I hate this game so much.
Why is that even there?
I hate this game. Well, because one of those doors is, and now I'm back in the maze where we fought Angry Jeff.
You've been in a maze this entire freaking level.
Yeah, but this is like a mazy maze.
Doors don't make any sense. The places that they go to are not where they should.
No. And now, okay, now we're back. Now we get to pick the middle one. Is that the right one?
Yes.
Oh, now we get to pick again. Oh, watch it drop me back on the water pit. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Oh, there's
Oops.
the middle.
1 minute, another fucking minute. Fuck off, game.
Well, now you have whatever the fuck Gabriel's sword is meant to be.
I think it's like the Spartan laser.
So it's just a big fat. Okay.
It's a doom ray.
Every single time that game, like I'm wearing a headset, and every single time that the day when I'm running by, it like transfers through my head and wrecks the fucking. Yes, it just like goes from left to right ear slow and just like yeah.
Oh yeah, the left-right audio channels are backwards. That's something I brought up just in the first video.
Oh, is that why it's so disorienting? I forgot.
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they're backwards. Remember? So this is the key to getting to the next level. Is remember the magical mystery tour building? Is we gotta shoot the color buttons to make it play the opening notes of Amazing Grace. So here I was like memorizing white, purple, orange, purple, orange.
Public domain.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay, you're just like, again, just like a little, you're gonna be playing this song, you know, like, almost well over 1,000 years before it was written.
How...
Doesn't sound nearly as majestic when there's also Jesus lasers, like, in this
Amazing
effect.
Grace, how bitter the sound. Oi.
Yeah. I say anachronism.
Yep.
Again, not hardly the worst anachronism in a game that also features the conversion chamber.
That.
I was like, do I maybe want to go, like, or like, did I forget? So I was like, and then I was like, just no, fuck it, I'm leaving. Fuck this level.
Fuck everything.
Yeah. Okay. So
Did
now
you just take mandatory
on
damage?
the last. No, I didn't.
Okay.
There is no mandatory damage in this level. This is
It
level
pops up
16.
that red thing sometimes, and I'm just.
This is a hell of a level here.
What a nice carpet they have. I guess even Satan loves a satin rug.
I guess not everything is horrible in hell. Like,
No,
Yeah.
you got some green
oh hey, a railing.
and yellow and okay, this is really ugly actually.
Yeah, colored lighting. Like, that's why people can use a Genesis 3D engine to make great games like Ethnic Cleansing and what were some of the other ones? Yeah, this is Ethnic Cleansing and
was Ethnic Cleansing the one that actually like was used by Hezbollah, or was that a different one?
No. That was a different one. Hezbollah made an anti-Israel game with this engine, but no, Ethnic Cleansing is a game made by racist, but like put up by this racist record label, and you play as a KKK guy in it. I've actually heard of the game. I think it was mentioned. I've heard of it through different channels, but
it was mentioned in the thread.
Well, I mean,
that's the reason that I saw it.
Oh yeah, that's why we're name dropping these games. That someone linked the Wikipedia article for this. But no, I'd heard of Ethnic Cleansing before, but I don't know anything more specifically about it than you play as a white supremacist and you shoot minorities.
Sounds like a great time for the whole family.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know, what's really funny here is like I just stumbled into this little thing, but then I was like, okay, cool. What's behind the other?
Nope.
But nothing. There's nothing behind any of them. I just stumbled onto an Easter egg and I happened to pick right the first time. And if I'd picked wrong, if I had picked one of the other 3 doors, I'd probably been like, okay, they're all like solid. But I just happened to stumble onto the one that there's an Easter egg.
Well,
just through pure luck.
We're 100%ing this bitch.
Yeah. No, I'm sure if there's something there, no, we missed stuff. Like, I've seen armor pickups below grates in some of the earlier levels. I was like, I wonder how I get there. And I beat the level, and it's like, well, I guess I'm never gonna find out. So here's a bit that I sort of vaguely alluded to earlier. There's like a huge firefight with fallen angels. I think this is the fight that the strategy guide said to just run through, don't even try. But I'm not doing that. I'm gonna try and beat it.
I like to just think of all of these fallen angels as like just mini Satans that you're fighting.
Yeah. Well, they're just Satans, like Halo buddies. Let's get a bunch of buddies together and play some fucking Halo. We just puzzle these guys.
Yep. And all of them get together and drink the blood beans and have a drink.
I guess we're the real assholes here because now we're the ones who's coming in.
You are ruining our LAN party. Goddamn Christians always ruining Satan's LAN party.
We're having our BronyCon here. Interrupting it.
You know, I wouldn't actually be surprised if Satan were a brony. Then again, I wouldn't be surprised
Satan a brony.
I wouldn't be surprised if God was a brony. Maybe that's like the one time that they like reunite is when they go to BronyCon. I think I think that's a thing, isn't it?
Just God goes to the BronyCon in hell, but like in disguise. He doesn't want to be seen.
It's God's only
goes
escape.
in like a fake mustache. Yeah. Or no, he cosplays. God goes in cosplay.
So basically, what we're saying here is all bronies are going to hell. No, that's not what we're saying.
I don't know.
I'm so lost at this point. I don't even know what's going on.
I don't know. Well, just a huge. At this point, the level is just a huge rolling gunfight with these fallen angels, and it's a real pain in the ass.
You know, it's
because they're tough enemies, but the game keeps throwing ammo and health at you, so you can just keep going.
What's kind of funny is that even though that's terrible game design, it actually looks like a lot more fun than a lot of the rest of the game, particularly that fucking
this is actually. Yeah, this is probably one of the most fun bits in the game because it's just constant action and like fairly even because now you've got like the best weapons in the game. You really can go toe to toe with these guys.
Well, not only that, but
it's still not actually fun.
It looks as if the fallen angels actually have like predictable attacks and like dodgeable attacks, unlike the rest of like everything in this game.
Maybe. I don't know. I never figured out. I remember that there was some extra health, or there was extra ammo here. I was just like, yeah, there's a couple times in this level where I'm sort of like a double back to make sure I get all the pickups that I didn't need.
Yep.
Because, no, but I mean, I don't know if the fallen angels have predictable. If they do, I never figured them out. I just fucking blasted them with my guns until they stopped moving.
Well, you dodged one a little while ago, and I realized that was actually a relatively slow-moving projectile, so it was actually like
just about.
Dodgeable.
Yeah, like I mean, you can't dodge the projectiles in this game. They all move way too fast.
Yeah, but like, it looks as if actually the fallen angel is like the best like designed enemy in this game thus far.
I would say yes. That's definitely the case.
Aside from projectiles are relatively slow moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it figures that they would save them for the end.
Mm-hmm. And even then, I still don't like them that much because they still do have like a lot of health that they really are ammo sinks, and so it's all contingent upon the game giving you enough ammo and health to deal with. And eventually, it sort of gets samey. It's all.
Not only that, but they also have that like glowing blue orb, so it's almost as if the designers actually knew that you wouldn't be able to see them most of the time due to the lighting problems.
Yeah.
So just aim at the glowing blue light.
And yeah, that there too, that wasn't just a resolution thing, that was a lighting thing. That won't be hardly any much easier to see in the full resolution version.
Yeah. Well, I'm just used to the lighting being absolute trash at this point.
Yeah. I think the real shame of us recording the audio to watch together at the low resolution is we can't read the scripture verses to see if there's any that are really kooky.
Well, I have actually been paying attention to the videos thus far that, like, I wasn't commentating over.
Yeah.
I have been paying attention, and there is not a single one from Enoch this whole time.
Well, no, that's because it's not in the Bible. Like, it was made by... It was made by...
whole game is based off of Enoch, essentially. Like, every enemy, aside from the ones, like, ripped from Greek scripture and so forth, and the Leviathan, are from Enoch in some way, and they don't actually cite it in these Bibles. Probably
well, basically,
here's most of it is crazy.
Here's what you need to get, like, with these, like, this would be made by very, like, mainline Protestant guys. Basically, like, there's a lot of not in the Bible stuff that's sort of permeated into the Christian consciousness through basically what, like, pop culture, like a lot of stuff from a lot of ideas in contemporary Christianity about heaven and hell and about the supernatural stuff really comes from Paradise Lost and from Dante's Divine Comedy.
Yeah.
And basically what happens is they just assume that it's somewhere in the Bible, because otherwise, like, well, we wouldn't, like, think this if it weren't somewhere in the Bible, but it's not. Like, it's all Milton and Dante.
Yep.
And so they just... So, like, they would have, like, ideas that are 100% Book of Enoch, but they'd be like, oh, it's in the Bible somewhere. Like, it's a big book. Like, I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
Yeah,
surely.
It's somewhere in there. I've never actually read the thing, but,
yeah. No, you joke, but that really is the case for, like, a lot of stuff.
I know, like I was raised Catholic, and a lot of the things that they wound up telling me that were from the Bible, I find out much later on in my life are actually from, like, well, Paradise Lost, because I read that.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, basically everything you think you know about Satan is from Paradise Lost.
Yeah, or actually, or Enoch in some cases, because Enoch actually does cover fallen angels directly, like how they.
Well,
work.
I'm sure. Well, I mean, Paradise Lost was influenced by Enoch.
Oh,
I'd say. I mean, it's like so. It's like through. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a bit. Well, this is the way to the end of the level, but I need to go find somewhere else. I need to go. It's another hub level where I gotta go back, find the other path, and then flip the switch, and then because. I wanted to see if there's maybe, like, a way up here, but no, this is just... No. That's the best way to the end of the level.
Does that... okay, I'm... Because I don't even, like... I'm kind of, like, really curious at this point, because, like, I've brought this up before, but I am really curious as to why it is that's... not why it is, but, like, what this place would actually look like on an architectural diagram. Like, because we haven't actually, like, left this one building this entire game.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, that it's all continuous, like Half-Life, except it's so many different places that, like, to see the whole game. Well, I'm sure that, I have a strong feeling that this game was designed, like, that the levels were all designed on paper, and then translated directly into the game. Like,
I would love to see that, it wouldn't make any sense.
Because there's so many bits that seemed like that they would make sense from an above, like, from a bird's eye view design, but in terms of actual gameplay are just sort of weird.
Yeah.
Like some of the earlier unnecessary rooms, like I can see them looking like not too much effort on graph paper, but then in actual design, like, because it's, I don't know, I mean, you kind of got to design with an eye to both, but it seems like a lot of this stuff was really just designed from a top-down perspective.
Yeah, and I've taken a course on architecture, like on how it works as far as math goes, and there are multiple structures in this game that would simply fall the fuck apart.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, for one thing, almost this entire cave system would have, like back when we had those, like, inch-thick cave walls, those things would have just collapsed. Like, they would not be able to stand. Because rock.
I think I remember reading. I remember reading this, like, an anecdote about a different game, Red Faction Guerrilla. Did you play it?
I played it a bit. I didn't like it much.
You didn't like it. I love it. I mean, it's I love the game, but
Gorilla was the one with the big hammer that you could destroy everything with, right?
with all the buildings where you could destroy the buildings.
Yeah, that one I did not like much. I
Really?
like the older Red Faction games a little bit better.
Okay, well, for whatever, like, basically, so they had this engine for a game where you can destroy all the buildings, and I think I read that, like, once they actually had the physics engine up and running, they found that the buildings that they'd already designed couldn't stand up anymore, so they actually had to get architects to come in and teach the level designers how to make buildings that would stand properly, because they designed this engine.
Yeah, yep. Welcome to the issue, to the reason why it is that a vast lot, actually, a lot of anthropologists these days are getting a lot of their money from being brought in to video game studios to essentially make absolutely certain that there are no anachronisms. This game evidently did not. But like, say, a game that I know you've been playing, and a game that I'm interested in playing, Crusader Kings 2. They brought in like hundreds of anthropologists to make sure everything worked, and they do the same thing with architecture in Gorilla, as you said right there.
Yeah. Anyway, that would be the end of this trilogy of levels. So actually, the next 2 levels are the end game. We're going to be getting into the final boss fight in the next level.
Yes.
And well, the final boss fight is sort of spread over 2 levels.
Yeah, I'm curious where the hell this goes.
Oh, well, I guess you'll just have to tune in next time to see. Anyway,